now available in paperback and ebook. The Man Who Rules the World. John Hayes must bring together men and gods to overcome a threat that seeks to destroy the planet. The Man Who Rules the World. Now available in paperback and e-readers everywhere. A couple of weeks ago, your Eldrick Tiger Woods, the champion golfer, was arrested for driving under the influence. And there was a big controversy over Eldrick Tiger Woods being arrested for driving under the influence. Now, I've watched Eldrick Tiger Woods' career from the 1990s because my family, we watch golf on Sundays and Saturdays on the regular, especially when Tiger Woods was playing, and we followed him on the regular on his official website back in the day. So we watched Tiger Woods on the regular, and I've watched Tiger Woods rise, and I've watched him go through these recent struggles in recent years. And my observations of your Tiger Woods is that he pretty much is struggling these days, primarily, one, due to the back problems he has had, and those back problems were the core reason why he was pretty much driving under the influence, because he was pretty much taking painkillers and probably trying to drive while he was under the influence of these painkillers. And people took that out of context, and they tried to make it look like your Tiger Woods was driving drunk, he was driving impaired, but in actuality, this is a man who just recently had back surgery to fuse two vertebrae, or several vertebrae, so that he could get back to playing back into his full form. He's trying to get back to form, and the other big problem with Tiger Woods relates to him trying to get back to form, because that driving under the influence, that was one part, but the other part has to do with Tiger Woods' self-confidence, because when it comes down to Tiger Woods' self-confidence, it has been shaken by the perception of his public image. Now, your Tiger Woods, when he came out onto the golf scene back in the 1990s, he came out presenting himself as this good guy, this nice guy, and the media tried to make him look to be this perfect guy. And he has been trying to hold that image and try to be that perfect guy. And when all of the troubles came out on him in around 2010, with his marriage to Elin Nordgren and the incident where he crashed his Escalade the first time, he pretty much has not psychologically recovered from that, because when it comes down to your Tiger Woods, he suffers from what happens to many nice guys who pretty much are out here. Because when it comes down to your nice guy, they usually put up an image like Tiger Woods did of this clean-cut, nice guy who is the ideal, but in actuality, they're leading a secret life. And the thing that pretty much has Tiger Woods shaken is that everyone has found out about his secret life when he had that idyllic marriage to Elin Nordgren, those two kids, and then it all came out that he had this secret life where he was out here, frequenting prostitutes and porn stars and strippers, and he was having all sorts of illicit relationships with these types of women. He was pretty much participating in what would be considered sexually deviant activities in secret, while maintaining this public image of the squeaky clean guy. And when it came out, he could not reconcile the two, because that's what happens to a lot of nice guys. They can't reconcile the fact that people have seen that darker side of them, and they cannot deal with the fact that people now know what about their secret lives. So this is the big problem with your Tiger Woods as it relates to psychology. And that's why he has struggled over the last couple of years as a golfer, is that he doesn't have that confidence in himself, because he believes everybody sees that him as a bad person, when in actuality, he's just a human being. And this is the big thing that has pretty much been his Achilles heel, that he cannot reconcile the fact that he's a human being, that he pretty much is just like everyone else, because he was always raised to believe that he was something different. He was always raised to believe he was this perfect person or this good person, when in actuality, people are not good. They just aren't. And this is something he hasn't really reconciled with, and that's why he's having struggles today with his golf game and these recent struggles with his own personal life these days. Because your Tiger Woods, just can't reconcile the fact that people now know the truth about him, that he's just like everyone else, because he wants to remain being some sort of perfect or idyllic person. Now, the other thing that relates to Tiger Woods as his recent troubles has to relate to race. Now, your Tiger Woods back in the day said he was a Caliban Asian, or as I usually used to call him in the house, I called him a caramel Asian, and he's pretty much can't deal with the other fact that he's not this special black guy anymore, and now everyone just sees him as just another N-word or just another black guy. And that's another big problem with your Tiger Woods. That's another thing that he's been struggling with. And when I look at his arrest, we now see that how the world sees him. He's just a black guy, and that's what he always was. He was a black man. He may be born mixed with an Asian woman, but the world sees you as black, and that was pretty much put on the arrest report. They saw a black guy, and that's the reason why so many people have all this controversy and hubbub about your Tiger Woods, is because they want to see this black man pretty much decline, and they want to see him fall because they get off on that. They get off on seeing a black man falling. Even some black people get off on seeing another black person fall. So when they look at Tiger Woods and they look at his troubles, they see a guy, then they want to pretty much beat up on this guy. But I don't see any reason to beat up on your Tiger Woods. Yes, your Tiger Woods has made some mistakes, like saying things like he's a Caliban Asian, and pretty much has been revealed as a sexual deviant. But he's no different than your Bill Cosby, your Bill O'Reilly, or any other guy out here. He's just a man, and a man has flaws. A man is not perfect, and your Tiger Woods is just another guy. But people put him on a pedestal, and because he fell off the pedestal, now everybody sees his flaws. This nice guy can't see that he's just like everybody else, and that's why he's having so many struggles with trying to come back, because he cannot reconcile the fact that he has flaws, he's not perfect, and that's okay. You're just a guy. Just go out here and play the game because you want to play the game. Go out and have fun because you want to have fun. And that's the big problem with your Tiger Woods. He can't reconcile his own humanity, and he's struggling with his humanity because he's been raised to believe that he's some sort of gifted person, some sort of talented person. And this happens with a lot of boys who have been raised and socialized to be soft males, because your soft male always believes they need to be perfect and good. And Tiger Woods, as I see it, pretty much thought he got his goodness and perfection by being this great golfer, and then he wound up hiding that other part of himself, the sexual part of himself, and that pretty much shook him up when people found out the truth about it. And the other thing that shook him up was the things that are going on as it relates to his game, because his game pretty much fell off as a result of him being revealed and his secret life being revealed, when all he had to do was just be like this other golfer. I can't remember his name, but he was a really big fat guy, and he used to drink a lot of beers, and he used to just play the game and just have fun with it. He needs to be more like that guy. I can't remember his name, but that was a dude. He used to come on the golf course, and he pretty much played his game. He didn't really care about anything. He didn't care about his image. And that's what Tiger Woods really needs to just be about. He just needs to be, reconcile the fact that he's a human being. He has flaws. He makes mistakes. And, play these games, and just focus on being himself and just playing the game for the love of the game, not trying to play it to win the attention and approval of people. And that's the other big problem with him, and in his quest to get this comeback, is that he's trying to get attention and approval of others. And because he's trying to get attention and approval of others, not because he likes the game, they're pretty much trying to use that as a way to make him look bad. But he doesn't have anything to look bad about. He just had some troubles, and that DUI on the road, that was because he was trying to come back from back surgery, and he probably took some medicine and thought, oh, I can just take this medicine and drive halfway across someplace and I'll be okay. And he probably might have done it before, but this time he just got caught by the police, and a lot of people are trying to blow it up. But the reason why they're blowing it up is because it's a black guy, and because he's a black guy, they want to make him look like a bad guy. But there's nothing here to look like a bad guy. Here we have a guy just trying to get himself together, and that's all I see him trying to do. And the only way he can get himself together is to realize he has flaws like everyone else. He's a human being like everybody else, And mistakes are just a part of life. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe.